Undefeated.
AJ Fight Week, we're here finally. AJ returns, AJ back, the reflective AJ, the deep thinking AJ, the AJ that's ready to take critique, the AJ that seems very confident. I'm getting a different version of AJ. Again, everything should be taken in jest, but sometimes we should take things seriously. If I don't win, retirement.
That's a big thing to be saying. But I don't know. I mean, we've been psychoanalyzing Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, meant to.
We know him. Yeah, we know him well. I feel like we know this brother very well.
Yeah.
Like, I look at this week now, right? And he's sitting down in conversations, and it's less of a giant thing, but more of a subtle thing that I'm noticing. And the subtle thing is he's dropped he's dropped all the pretenses. He's dropped the concern for things. Like, he's not even tying himself to, I just want Undisputed. Like, I don't care about nothing else. I just want. He's very much like, I can't bother with all that. All I want to do is to get a belt, just one belt. He's killed all the expectation. And a lot of people have tried to twist it and say, oh, he doesn't care. He should probably get out of sport. And I'm like, those people were never going to be AJ fans. So I never care about those takes. I look at it now and I'm like, when he says, I don't care about Undisputed, what he's saying is, I do not care for these politics. You lot have seen that clown over there and how mad it is to try and get business done with my man. I'm not interested in that. I just want to fight some good fights. And we know we're not kidding ourselves when we know we're towards the final chapter with Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
There's no point in trying to pretend like there's mad legs left. No, he knows what time it is. We know what time it is. He's locked himself away. There's been hardly any promotion for this fight because, and I think it's not by mistake. Remember how many times we'd be going up into an AJ fight, a new William Hill campaign, a new whatever brand campaign is going at the same time, and I'm like, these things take up time in preparation for a fight. This time round, it's a very lax. Like, listen,
I'm gonna jump in, but I said, with typical like us, I'm on the train, and then at a point, I'm like, I'm gonna get off here. So what do you call it? For me, what I've been noticing about AJ is it's the relaxedness in the presses and in all interviews. You see him, he's got the hand up. He's like, like it's very relaxed. And then what I'm getting from him is someone that is incredibly comfortable in his own skin. When you're comfortable in your own skin and comfortable in where your reflections of past performances in yourself, when you can talk about things. Like, he gave a really good interview where he was talking about not being at his best in certain fights. Usyk just not being good enough. This, that, and the other. The first one, I didn't do anything that I was meant to do. Second one, I was a bit better, but this, that, and I got a lot to learn. But there was no like, and it's mad because you don't feel like AJ is doing bravado and this, that, and the other, but you feel that when AJ's talking, he's very aware of his contract negotiation. He's very aware of what he has to do to meet all of these obligations, I would say. Media-wise, he's sharp. I'm saying there's a few people like that. Beyonce is one of that stays in the box. Like, she gives us what we're meant to get, and this is what I designed to give you guys. That's it. You will never stray out. So it's hard to read or hard to understand where she's at in her head. AJ used to be someone like that, but now we've got so many different interviews to compare to. We can see someone that is, again, he's just fully has a great outlook of what's going on in front of him, and the outlook is one that says, you know what, like, I'm gonna fight on what you call it. There's gonna be a lot of noise. There's gonna be a lot of palaver. Some people are gonna believe in me. The people that don't believe in me ain't coming back anyway. You know what I mean? Like, so it is what it is. If I get the Fury fight, cool. If I don't get it, it's still cool. I'll still move on because I can't put my trust in that person. Don't get twisted. I do want to do it. Like, I still want money. We're not here for no reason. I still want to get the bag, but I understand that at the same time, I don't want to put too much pressure on me. He's trained like someone. So when people talk about his commitment to boxing, the commitment is 100% there because, as he said, He's locked himself away. He's training correctly. He's found the right person with the right attitude, or the right, just to understand him and bring out the best in him. You're looking at the bulk now. The bulk makes sense. It's not all cut. What do you call it? It's like it's body for purpose, I would say.
Right.
That's the difference. Now, the only thing, when you talk about the where we differ and where I jumped off the train on this one, is when you talk about in terms of promotion and what is very low and this, that, and the other, this, that, and the other. I think that the climate has changed. The climate has changed for AJ just a little bit in terms of like there's the, not like the public's not in the public interest, but the public are waiting for a statement from AJ. There's many people waiting for AJ to say, like, let's get it together. Everyone's like, AJ, we watched you before, we watched you again. Are you that guy? Because at the moment there's still like there's 3 losses, and 2 that you didn't really expect in that fashion. Yes, 1 we can say loads were getting on, but it's just the boxing casual fans, the last thing they remember is AJ's losing.
That's right.
So we have to put out a performance has to happen that really says everybody get back on board, because that other guy over there, there's nothing getting on over there. We can't even trust the other guy. So we're almost in limbo. So it's like there's fans for the taking. Right now, there's fans for the taking. Can you pick them up?
A similar thing has happened where Eubank Jr. picked up fans based on the mistakes of Conor Benn.
Yeah.
Or the perceived mistakes, right? And he was the favorite going into the Liam Smith fight on the strength of how much people liked him because of the drama that came with Conor Benn. AJ is now on the receiving end of that change. Because people were so down on AJ's name. Bro, the level of disrespect I've seen the way people talk about him. You'd think this guy's had Chizora's CV. Like, it was, he's finished. He might as well just retire. And you think, flip me, you lot are clowns. So it's like now people have started to go, do you know what? He puts it on the line.
Yeah.
And whilst, people want to poke and be like, poke the bear, like, oh, he's not genuine, he's not this, he's not that. He's done his best to be an ambassador with everything that he's been and had and all the experiences.
Being at the top. We're being at the top. And that takes something. The point you're making, it takes a lot. Carry on.
It takes a lot, and people don't realize the pressure of being number 1, right? What comes with that? That's what we're seeing Tyson Fury struggle to manage. He cannot manage being someone that people look up to. They put you in a seat. Do you know what I mean? It's that thing that we're saying to Okoli, like, this is a taste of the next level, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? We're saying
it's only going to increase. It's only
going to get worse.
Everything is gonna but then if you got the broad shoulders, and that's why I give it to people like AJ that, again, as gold medalist, Olympics, there's so much riding on his career at the beginning, right? And there's so much expectation, and just again, like this is a guy that is a marketing person's dream, not too, like, very easy to promote, very easy. Just again, it's very clear what the brand is, right? We get it right, like it's clean cut. He ain't gonna say nothing too controversial, but then the spotlight has been on him. And in his whole career, we can only think of 2 controversies, right? The first one is reading a speech that wasn't really his, but I think he could have owned that moment more. I thought he should have owned that moment more and just said, but he was still balancing. He was still doing the balancing act of looking after everybody, being something to everyone.
What would have helped him big time in that situation is the follow-through explanation.
Yeah.
To clarify.
But then remember, I'm still trying to balance everything, obligations, as I like to call it, right? And then after, the second one was what do you call it? Raise your hand, Benga. It was that one. It was the G14. Yeah,
that was a moment.
That was just a mad moment in terms of. But then when you can't think of controversy to his name instead of being a flagship guy for Sky, flagship for pay-per-views, and setting the new standard of what people expectations and what people want to get to, why the Furies and everyone is asking for this kind of money. So he carried this thing on his back. Now we used to have a conversations many times about Fury saying he has to be the underdog. Even he can't be the champion because when he's the champion, things go wrong. And that's what you're seeing. It's not like him winning now. He's already the winner, but he has to carry himself in championship manner, and he can't do it. He can't. 1 minute he says this, next minute he says that. The contradictions is too much, and then it just goes to show you now. Look and say, well, the last person that was in the seat,
that's right.
They done it like this.
They hold it down.
Now we have to have more respect for the way the last guy did it because
this is.
You're moving mad.
This is Mufasa taking over the kingdom, fam. Not Mufasa. I say Mufasa, fam. The uncle. What's the? No, not Mufasa. Scar. This is Scar's kingdom, fam. When Scar took over, and it was an absolute joke to the point where people were like, "No, I want my man back." Still, where's my man? That's all that's happening right now. All that's happening is
December right now. That's it.
These men are looking around and they're saying, "Rah, the food ain't going back. Everything's run out. This is boring. I want to go back to what we was doing before."
The thing's great, and this is a color movie, fam. Everything you when you come into Pride Rock, fam, and it's bro.
When Scar had the reins, everything went bad. Tyson Fury is Scar, fam. People are so stressed out about boxing. Bro, young AJ, who just got his belt from Charles Martin, went to fight Vladimir Klitschko.
Mad.
Let's be clear here, yeah? They could have missed that fight and made Klitschko go around and be mandatory. But he had the belt. Nobody was really saying, "You're the true champ." They said, "You got to see my man over there." He said, "All right, cool, let's go." So for me, I look at it and I'm like, this is someone who's played the game at a level that's allowed us to be like, you know what? Let's watch this thing. He's fought this guy. He's fought that guy. This guy. I'm like, you know what? Give this guy his freaking credit.
But now, like, just to move things on to where we are today, Franklyn, he's lost a lot of weight. Franklyn,
has, but not as much as Eddie Hearn has said though. Eddie Hearn was
he gassed him. Eddie Hearn trying to build this. He's trying to build his fight. He's trying to promote, right? He's trying to make it seem like there's something to be worried about. I still think that we should have to be wary. I think you have to be wary of a heavyweight fight at the end of the day, right? But then Eddie Hearn is still trying to sell this fight, and it's the what ifs, right? So I understand what he's doing, but then don't get twisted. There's something unnerving about Franklyn in terms of he's giving me Ruiz energy, you know, that a wolf in sheep's clothing. He's there but he's very nice. He is a nice guy, though. He's a very nice guy. You want to like him. You want to say, "Oh, I want you to get something." Not now, but you do want him to, like, you want more paydays for this man. Now, but these paydays can't come in this moment, but you do want to see him do well.
I definitely don't want to see him drop out the mix. I like the account he gave in the Dillian White fight to the point where I like Dillian, and I ended up finding myself not feel a way about which way this decision was going to be. Like it. And it was quite unusual because I'm just looking, I'm like, no, but I want Dillian. I back Dillian. But at the same time, I'm like, but my man's over there. He ain't been talking crazy. Like he's just come over and just been on his thing, and he's still here. Like he's putting his thing. So it's one of them ones where I don't dislike Franklyn at all. I just think, you know, this fight, let's be clear here, and I don't say this to apply pressure or to make it seem like we just do this thing for AJ, but it's that thing that comes in with the standard you set for yourself that people just apply to you. And what we've always called out on the double standards, sometimes you start to understand in the game of dealing with perception amongst the audience, this is what that does.
Yeah, there will be
on one hand, you say to yourself, all right, cool, have a low standard for yourself so that way people don't expect much, and you just have to say, what the hell is that then? Or you have a high standard where people do expect a high standard from you. You can look at the guy who set a low bar and be like, well, how comes you don't put that on him? And it's like, they're never going to do that. They're never going to look at Tyson Fury and hold him to his word. They're never going to look at Tyson Fury and expect him to fight a consistent level of opponents going forward. They're never going to do that. You listen to Tyson Fury fans and you see why they feel so deluded.
Fury is too much, right? Because that's a topic.
I'm just saying, cool. I'm just like, there's a level of delusion they've learned to accept So they sound silly. I'll be honest. Sometimes there's a wall that gets hit where only logic should allow you to continue, and then they'll just go, "Yeah, but he said," and it's just like, okay, well, I'm gonna do something else because this combo
is crazy. Look again. This fight is coming. You lot, let us know in the chat who you have winning. AJ says I need AJ to win. And when you talk about high standards, on Monday I was like, right, if AJ wins points victory, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like he's won,
okay.
but now I don't feel that way. Again,
we're not closing this topic.
In terms of high standards, in terms of high standards, I'm saying now that he has to finish it. It has to be emphatic. It has to be strong.
Absolutely.
It has to be a big moment, even if it's early, 4, 5. It like early, even if you want to go earlier than that, 3. Bow.
This is the statement win.
And it's just like, because all it takes, bro, boxing is so fickle. Remember, it's what have you done for me lately? A 3rd round knockout of someone that you can say Dylan went to, like, not to the well, but it was a long fight in it. If he can have a not closing performance like that, it's sellable again, because again, boxing audience, it's microwave stuff now. You know, so they'll see that and say, he needs to fight this person. Straight away, you regain all that was lost. So AJ, put on the line. You lot, what round is AJ winning it in? Go on,
sorry to cut you, bro. Yeah, what I want to see in this thing here is that within 5 rounds knockout win, and this same energy that we've seen in this fight week continue in the post fight. Look, end of the day, like, is what it is, isn't it? Like, boom, but like, just let me. I don't want this because obviously the laid back thing. I'm taking that. I want that to kind of be the energy going forward, because I feel like he's strongest there. Don't play up. Don't play to the audience anymore. Be on your own one. So it's like get the KO. Be on the same vibe. Even walk out the ring. Don't even celebrate too tough. Just get out of there and just be on like, I'm back in Dallas. I'm just
just fly it back. Just fly it back. Oh man, mad thing. Back to work. Yeah, listen, you lot, let us know what you're thinking about that one. Tell us what you were looking for AJ and stuff. Let us know in the comments. Yo, people, thanks for watching the Undefeated podcast. Make sure you
like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and all that good stuff, man. This is the place to be.